And also I had to reach other borders. And in this episode, we will be seeing of the Horn of Africa. You'll push into the country at astonishing speeds. Maybe it has supplied by a foreign power, I don't know. It will quickly take the capital city of not the yellow king, because the capital's yellow. I don't know, I always get the capitals mixed up with the country, but you see, as it does this country just continues to flop. And seeing an opportunity, this yellow orange mix will start pushing in to hopefully nab a bit of land from it. But it wouldn't be a Pokélore video if another power didn't join it, as the purple country has joined the coalition and will now face that dead country. Only the Balkans. This is this timeline's version of the Balkans. If you ignore the Balkans. If you ignore the Balkans, this is the Balkans. And this country basically is dead. This is what the occupation zones look like. The green country having the biggest, because they kind of started the entire war. But nobody can agree on a peace treaty. Everybody's asking for more than their occupation zone, and everyone else is saying, like, no. Somebody will make an offer, and then they'd be like, that is ludicrous. We're not giving you half for our land as well. Like, they were just all trying to get everything. Like, this country asked for that. Why? That's like dumb as fuck. Patience. And that was at least. Everybody still wanted way more. These countries are ludicrous. Like me when I'm eating food. I always want more food. So the different countries will just all kind of start fighting. This guy's gonna fight this guy, and this guy. This guy is gonna fight this guy. Oh, of course, already this guy, and this guy. This guy is gonna fight this guy, and I think that's already all the conflicts that could happen here. Like, look at all those arrows. There's like 7 bajillion of them. This is going to be a hellhole. Like, you do not want to see what this is gonna look like. Skip 10 minutes to ignore a massive amount of pain. Purple country before taking the rest of the land. But we've just been looking at these guys fighting. The other guys are fighting as well. This country is going to manage to make a southern push and manage to push it down and take swaths of land in the south of the country. They managed to they're trying to push to cut them off, but before they do that, their troops arrive. The purple country, as I've said, is probably the strongest country here. Or the fighting purple country doesn't just let them retreat. They follow them back into their territory and take swaths amount of land, as they are literally fighting zero resistance of a peace agreement. Let's look at that peace treaty. Taken lots of territory from the green country, and the green country can't do and as they have a little port colony on the coast of the green team. Just don't think this is gonna last that long though. In the next episode this will most likely splinter due to different ethnicities and stuff. like, imagine Austria-Hungary. Imagine Austria-Hungary times 80 is this region. Times 80. Like, this tiny province has its own ethnicity. This one has its own ethnicity. This one has it. Like, you get the point. There's hundreds of different ethnicities in all of these countries. Maybe not the green one because it's smaller. Maybe it has like it's like just the same as Austria-Hungary, but that's kind of still bad. Okay. But they all managed to slowly push back the Iranians, kind of just like Turkey. And Turkey's up here, so don't really know how they're gonna get there, but they're getting there. As they continue to push back, Persia realised, oh no, we might have fucked up. They call for Egyptian help, but like they're kind of busy with their own problem here. As the front kind of slowly stalemates, but they do manage to make one counter-offensive in here, and then an intrusion into their territory, and then a point toward their capital, and then the rest of their occupied territory, and now they're basically fucked, as they are basically losing everything. As they take the yeah, we can kind of do what we really longest country in the world. So they feel threatened. My God, this line is this they are massive. They feel threatened by the increasingly bigger Ottoman threat. So they think that if they stop the Ottomans here, they will just basically and they won't be able to threaten them anymore. And they will the Pentagons greatly accept this help, even though they've kind of just become a proxy war. But anyway. China also supplies them, but China doesn't send troops into there like Bangladesh did. China kind of just supplies them, I guess, with like stuff. Well, we're in a weird place where I don't know if we have guns yet, so the year is like 1100, like when the Mongols or something were around. As a massive wall of troops will come and push down on the Ottoman threat before stable front lines. That's not it though. They will go to the Egyptian country now and will start, and they will push them back out of their country and will be followed in droves. They follow them in droves. And they cut off this area, and then they managed to completely take the Sinai Peninsula. Why did I pause there? So they will just like they're gonna just like not. They just kind of like try to stabilize front lines, but they don't. So what they'll do is they'll try to do quote unquote peace talks, which in other words is just leave us be, and so we don't die. In other words, and they will just like no, we want you dead. You're a threat, and we know it, and we know it. You know it. And as they push towards Mesopotamia with massive numbers of Bangladesh troops, because remember Bangladesh has basically a meat machine of troops. There's tons of them because of their location and like population and stuff. Mesopotamia is conquered. Well, not entirely, but this is kind of Mesopotamia, right? They take Mesopotamia, which is like, whoa, that's a lot of territory. And as we know, these guys will push them out and they will be on the run. They will begin fleeing as they cut off the southern area and this red country. This red country will come back, nice, and the southern bit falls to Egypt and Iran. And they are basically now. As we've seen a pattern recently, coalitions tend to do really well. I don't know if we'll ever have a coalition that fails. I mean, spoiler alert, yeah. This is the second coalition. Oh, the third, I guess, if you count that Communist Italy's one as a coalition. This is just a deadly tactic. It's just working together. Who would know working together would be so strong? As they push towards the capital in one last offensive, and these guys will make a push into the Egyptians with lots of troops, like a ton of troops. As they will start pushing in to the Egyptians, which makes the Egyptian hit that panic button that I still don't have for some reason. Why did I not buy one of those? Oh yeah, I'm broke. I forgot about that. And they managed to cut off small areas into settlements where they kind of just starve. So that's not good for that. That's not all rainbow and sunshine, as the northern parts and like the Caucasus has fallen, and they basically just have to admit the defeat at this point. As the Greek country is joining and they begin pushing into the country, as Greece invades, the capital falls and they surrender to the Pentagons. Pentagon alliance of 5 countries, which is kind of a small coalition when you think about it, has numbered the biggest empire in history. Well, if you count biggest as a butt ton of desert, I guess, yeah. This is the land they have left when they surrender. They'd still be bigger than probably most countries at this size, but the Ottoman Empire has been completely carved up. This is definitely not a World War I reference. Shut up. This is definitely not just what if the Ottomans were actually carved up after World War I, instead of just being not successfully carved up because Turkey decided not to let them. I'm not dunking on Turkey, I'm kind of impressed what they managed to do about it. Like, actually. Anyways, there is, like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new countries. The Middle East wouldn't be the Middle East without a butt ton of conflict. And, yeah. But the Middle East will change forever as these new countries all actually decide they weren't forced to do it, to join the Pentagon Alliance, because these all countries that were like minorities, they all wanted independence but they weren't getting any, and the Pentagons basically saved them. So the Pentagons is a Middle Eastern alliance now, kind of like officially. It was originally meant to be a anti-Ottoman pact, but as they're gone, all the would you call these like the Ottomans like? Would you call this like the Ottoman's dead body? Or would you call these countries their corpse? Like, would you call them the Ottoman's corpse? and it's weird to think about. So, I will now not end the episode. I'm not doing like 3 events. This might be like an hour-long episode, but I don't care. I'm doing it. Has basically collapsed in on itself, and these are the only countries. They don't really have contact with any other countries, so they are massively underdeveloped. But they've just been discovered by the strongest country in the world,